You better watch out. Meghan Markle is here to grift you yet again, as ever. Might as well be as never, because it should be thrown in the trash. We're going to get into her latest product review, because you remember I reviewed the As Ever wine. And today we're going to be talking about her wickless candle. She's a witless former royal who is selling us wickless candles. We've also got Sydney Sweeney and Nicki Minaj. Is their career officially over? And why is Ricky Martin ready to go back in the closet? He's afraid for all the gays. So I decided to bring 3 gays on the podcast today to hopefully, start helping us line up for the concentration camps. This is No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, served fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. Whew. Welcome on in, guys. Welcome on in. We have lots to get into today. We've got some very special guests on. One of your faves that hasn't been on in a minute, but I'm excited to have him back on today, Mr. Link Lauren. But first, we got some breaking news in the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively legal drama. Originally, I was going to pre-record an episode tonight and have it aired tomorrow, since I'm headed to Vegas for BravoCon and New Kids on the Block. So there's not going to be a live stream tomorrow. But rather than doing that, I'm just going to do 2 live streams today. So you'll get 2 episodes of the podcast that'll be available. This one will be available first thing in the morning, which I'm hoping is when you're listening to it or watching it. And the second episode is when we'll dive into Justin Baldoni's latest motion for summary judgment. We have new footage. We have new text messages. We have so much more that continues to just dismantle Blake Lively's entire lawsuit against him, similar to how Ricky Martin feels like we're dismantling gay rights, but for real. So stay tuned for that. There'll be a live that'll happen later this afternoon where we'll dive into all of the Baldoni Lively stuff. But right now we're going to be diving into Meghan Markle, Sydney Sweeney, Nicki Minaj, Ricky Martin, and our quest to save gay marriage. And here to help me, please welcome back on, we have Shawn on the right, American David, and joining us this week, Mr. Link Lauren. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, thanks for having me.
What a group. This is a fun group.
What a group.
It's either nightmare or amazing.
Well, to be determined.
TBD.
Okay, Link, we have to start with Meghan Markle, though, because you, very similar to me, got conned and gave her As Ever brand your money. Now, I did it in the name of, social justice. I did it for the people. I made sure that I bought it so that they don't have to. And the Markle fans came for me. What are they called? Do they have like a cute name?
The Sussex Squad. Squad.
So the Sussex Squad came for me for saying that her wine was fine, but I thought it was overpriced because I had to pay $90 because you have to buy 3 bottles at $30 each, plus like $20 in shipping and handling. So I ended up paying like $120 in total with taxes and shipping. And the wine was fine, but I said you could get something equally as fine for $15 at Trader Joe's. But talk to us about what happened with your candle experience. You ordered what products from her website?
Okay, so I was like, let me put my money where my mouth is, because we've been talking about these candles and these products and this ridiculous brand. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to buy with my own money these products because I want us to try them on the podcast. So I got all the jams that she had, the holiday trio. It was like strawberry, raspberry, something marmalade that made me vomit. It was disgusting. I got the flower sprinkles. Okay, probably a waste of $15 for flower sprinkles. They tasted like printer paper. But I did get the $64 candle number 84. Okay. So I order the candle, and I'm going to keep it in the studio now forever. It's like an amazing prop and memento. So I get this candle, and I'm running around the house looking for matches. I'm texting my producer like, oh my God, I'm running late because I'm trying to find matches because we got to light this candle and we're going to do a whole thing with it. I'm opening it. It's the last thing I'm opening. And I show it to the camera, and then I'm like, where's the wick? Where's the wick? There's a hole, but there's no wick here. And we're like, wait, what happened? And so now I'm trying to get a refund. But when you go to Meghan Markle's As Ever website, the link to report a damaged product did not work. It took you to a page that did not exist. So now we've tracked down an email for As Ever, and we're going to email and see what we can do. Not because I want the $64 back. The content was worth it. Actually, it was actually the most amazing outcome we could have had. But I just want to see, okay, what does happen when you try to get a refund for a broken product? And I'm not the only one without a wick, Zach. This has been a thing that's been happening.
I saw that. I mean, very similar. What was it? What was the first product? It was the jam, and people were complaining about the jam. You liked the jam though, no?
So here's the thing. I'm a very objective person. Like, I can separate the art from the artist. Like, when I watch a Harvey Weinstein movie or something, I can be like, you know what? The movie's good. I'll overlook that, right? Like, I could always separate art from the artist. Not when I watch a Blake Lively movie, though. I don't know what movie she does. But when it came to the jams and the jellies or whatever they're called, I was like, okay, I'm going to be super objective. The strawberry, it's fine. Real sugary, it's fine. The raspberry was okay. Had some friends come over. We compared it to some other raspberries. We're like, okay, this is fine. So I was being very objective. The candle, it's not my fault the candle doesn't have a wick. Like, the bar is on the floor here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not expecting the world. I'm just expecting a candle that you can light for $64 plus shipping and tax. Yeah. Are we asking for too much in this world?
It's a lot.
Is the wick sold separately?
No. Like, oh, you needed to pay for the wick. But also people are like, it's an everlasting candle. And I will preface this by saying, I know there's so many bigger issues going on in the world right now. There are way bigger issues. We just ended the government shutdown. But I'm like, this speaks to something about consumerism and celebrity culture. The fact that this woman, she moves to Hollywood, she starts this brand. And unlike so many other small business owners who have to like struggle from the ground up, she can come in off of her Duchess title, start a company with really no work going into it. She's like, I put so much detail, there's no wick in the candle, bitch. So well, it's like they're real small business owners in my comments going, we get up every day and we check every package ourselves and we do all the SKUs and the shipping and the taping and everything. And Meghan Markle just slaps her name on something, apparently. I don't care what she says. You can't send candles without a wick. This is really weird.
Shawn, have you ever been bamboozled by Taylor Swift? Because I know you're a big Swiftie, and I feel like she also has sold the Swifties down the river a couple of times.
Okay, I have actually never been bamboozled by Taylor Swift. And everything that I have purchased from Taylor Swift, like my favorite hoodie is their store hoodie. And like, I've never been bamboozled by Taylor Swift.
I don't believe that at all. I don't believe that at all.
Okay, I guarantee you, let's just poll, like, did you listen to Fate of Ophelia this morning? Yes or no?
I may have. Did you buy the voice note? Did you buy the voice note for $5 from her?
Yes,
you did?
I bought, yes.
Bamboozle. Bamboozle, baby.
And for 69 cents, I buy the singles that she puts out. I'm helping her. Like, I love her and I want her. Like,
oh yeah, she needs the
more struggling Taylor Swift. Like, how is she gonna make it?
More money.
Okay, listen, this is not about me and Taylor Swift. This is about
you purchased a voice note.
I knew he did. I didn't know, but I knew. I knew, but I didn't know, but I knew.
You purchased it. You can buy the album that has the voice notes for each track, like her talking about the inside. So like, yeah, like you, of course, like you buy the album or I buy the album, then I stream the album. I also will like buy the vinyl and try to buy a set. I've almost all of the signed CDs, but no, this isn't about me and Taylor Swift. This is about Meghan Markle burning Link by literally not letting him burn his candle. And what I will say though is, as someone who has owned multiple small businesses, thank you for wearing my shirt today, Zach.
Oh, yeah.
It says, make your own money and stop stealing mine. That's like my
Taylor
like
Swift.
witty way to say stop
Meghan
taxing
Markle.
me. Yes, I hand like every single thing that goes out. I'm checking every single shirt, every single hat, because there have been times when like I've gotten products from my printer and the back of the shirt has like a huge black smear on it. But like, I have to check those things because I'm not going to send, you are spending your money on my product. I'm not going to send you something and put my name on it. One, because you're supporting me and I appreciate it. But so it does kind of send very entitlement vibes. The funniest part to me is though that the link doesn't work. Like
No.
you've got an this big operation that you say that you put all this effort into, and like your website doesn't work.
So
It's hysterical.
We took a screen recording.
Where did you go? Let's test it right now.
Okay. I will show you. I have the screen recording. I'm not sure exactly where we went, but let me go find it. And if you go to episode 52 of my podcast, like in the first few minutes, we show me trying to go to the link. So let me look and see here.
There's so many puns here. Like there's so many puns.
The link.
With the candle and then the link and the link, but also like just like the candle wick. Like Meghan Markle burned you by not letting you burn the candle.
Burned. Also, it's like nothing's lighting in her career. Okay, so here's where we went. I don't know where it was, but I took a screen recording. I click on the link, and it takes you to a website that doesn't exist. Here, I'll do it again.
Wait, where was the link? What's the link?
Okay, it was under refund policy and damaged products. I don't know. I'm looking at the screen recording. Refund policy, damaged products. Take a picture of the damaged areas and submit it through the contact form linked here, including the photo and the order number. But when you click linked here, the website doesn't exist.
Have you tried calling? Like, if you call and somebody with an Indian accent answers, you for sure got scammed. You for sure got scammed.
Literally got scammed for $64. It's kind of crazy. Wow. But then also, if you're on this page, this is where we got the email, right? So now we got to do this whole situation and email and get the pictures and everything. So I will let people know what happens, but it's not on my huge list of priorities because I don't even care about getting the refund. I think it's actually really funny to have the wickless candle at this point.
Does it at least smell good? Water, lotus, sandalwood, and California poppy. It sounds like it smells good.
Yeah, it smells fine. It smells fresh. It would probably smell better if it were lit. It'd probably be a little easier to tell.
You could get a candle warmer.
Meghan is all about the art of innovation, and so I feel like this is the future, wickless candles.
Well, people said it's an everlasting candle. Now you can really get your money's worth because it's never going to go out. Like it's a scratch and sniff. Actually, you guys, it's scratch and sniff. If you walk by and you scratch and you sniff. But it's been funny watching the Sussex Squad be like, oh, this is a stunt. Like, how did you, of all people, a Meghan Markle hater, end up with a wickless candle? I'm like, yeah, how did I, of all people, end up with a wickless candle? I'm like, I always say God has a sense of humor and everything happens for a reason. It was so Shakespearean, the way I open it. I don't notice at first. And I'm like, this is actually the best thing that could have happened for the episode. Otherwise, we would have lit the candle.
Truly.
We would have smelt it, whatever. It's actually way funnier that there was no wick. So
wait,
thank you, Meghan.
So to confirm, Ling, like this was it was live on your podcast when you realized that there was no wick?
Live.
I didn't see the episode.
Go everyone, episode 51. I got back from Vegas the night before. We tape early on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I bring all the stuff upstairs. I have all the text with my producer where I'm talking about like, okay, I need to get matches. I need to find a lighter because we need to light it, yada, yada, yada. You can see me open the box on camera. You can look at all the spreads. They pop open on camera. I've never opened them before. So wait, if you go to, let's see, if you go to my channel, this is so important, you guys, but if you go to my channel and you go to, I think there's a video of me, like we did a whole segment where I'm just taste testing, or go to episode 51 here, where I'm in the brown sweater. If you go here, it's the first like 15 minutes. And you can
I have to go and watch this back.
Like I've never opened this stuff before. Skip ahead. So
there we go.
I spend 15 minutes. I try all the products. I read the, descriptions. I show everything. So yeah, no, definitely opened it for the first time. You can hear these spreads pop open. So yeah, I actually am very grateful because it was the funniest.
Okay, this is right here. This is what I want to see. The moment that he, I have to go back and rewatch this. Rewatch this because that's hysterical.
Go back a minute where I open the box because like I'm clueless. I'm talking about it. I'm like, I'm showing the box.
This is priceless.
Trying to get it open. And my blonde ass, like I don't even notice at first. I'm like, oh, look at the candle. And then I notice.
I'm dead.
This is the greatest thing. Wait, stop. So this is the moment that you're realizing that there's no wick.
Well, yeah, and I'm asking my producer, like, am I crazy? Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Where's the thing that I light? This has to be a joke. No, I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. You guys, this isn't a stunt. There's literally nothing to light in here.
That's
no,
hysterical.
It's not pasted down. My producer's in my ear. Is it pasted down? No, it's not pasted down. Zoom in. There's literally nothing. There's nothing to light on the candle. This is like Meghan Markle's career. Failure to launch. Oh my God.
So, yeah, no, we're like, wait. And my producer's like, send me a picture. She's like, text me a picture because she's working remotely. I'm like, I'll text you a picture. And that's what I put on X. I like took after. I'm like, okay, I just opened this. Here's what's going on. But yeah, that's what happened.
I would like to give both Shawn and Link props for supporting small businesses in like such a tough economic time. You know, like lots of people are losing their SNAP benefits right now. And the fact that you guys have a heart for
I did
struggling
not buy
artists
this with SNAP. I did
is
not buy
beautiful.
this with SNAP. Okay.
Well,
no, but you're
'cause when
helping
you bought
Meghan
it, the
'cause her
government was shut
benefits ran
down.
out.
If you're buying Meghan Markle's product, if she accepts SNAP and EBT, that is a scandal. If
Wow.
Meghan Markle is taking SNAP.
You supported a woman of color owned business.
Yeah,
that is
woman of color, former Duchess, absolutely. Yes.
surviving
Beautiful.
Duchess, not a former Duchess. She
She's a
survived. She was
survivor.
one of the royal refugees that we accepted here in the United States. Okay, we're going to take a quick break to shout out this week's sponsors, and then we'll get into Sydney Sweeney, Nicki Minaj, and Ricky Martin. It's so satisfying to get great deals on the things your home actually needs, especially before the holidays. I'm telling you, Wayfair is the place to shop for all things home. Everything from sofas to spatulas, you name it, they have it. And it's on sale during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. Starting October 30th, you can shop Wayfair's can't miss Black Friday deals all month long. Wayfair has styles you can't find anywhere else. No generic pieces that you've seen 100 times, okay? So you can make your home feel more like you. And right now, you can get up to 70% off during Wayfair's Black Friday sale. Plus, you can sit back and relax. With Wayfair's fast and easy shipping, everything home comes right home just in time for the holidays. All right, I've already started looking. I mean, I think I'm doing more shopping for myself on Wayfair more than I've bought any gifts for anybody else. But with this Black Friday savings, like my living room is going to be stocked. It may be time to even upgrade the studio, right? Don't miss out on early Black Friday deals. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop Wayfair's Black Friday deals for up to 70% off. That's wayfair.com. WAYFAIR, wayfair.com. Sale ends December 7th. If you're dealing with hair issues like thinning or shedding, but you feel totally stuck on what to try next, I get it. There are so many products out there that it's hard to know which ones are actually going to do anything. And that's exactly why I gave Nutrafol a closer look, right? It's not just the hype, it's physician formulated, clinically tested, and even recommended by dermatologists. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand trusted by over 1.5 million people. You can feel great about what you're putting into your body since Nutrafol hair growth supplements are backed by peer-reviewed studies and NSF content certified. That's the gold standard in third-party certification for supplements. I feel like my hair is stronger, shinier. I feel like even my hairline is starting to strengthen. So if you want to see thicker, stronger, faster growing hair with less shedding in just 3 to 6 months, try Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code NOFILTER. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code NOFILTER. All righty, let's talk Sydney Sweeney and Nicki Minaj. Both of them are getting called out by the internet. Sydney Sweeney is getting called out by, well, first, we're hearing rumors that Zendaya does not want anything to do with Sydney because of her controversy surrounding American Eagle and her seemingly MAGA conservative values. And then now we have Ruby Rose, who has spoken out, and she says that the reason Sydney Sweeney's new movie has flopped is because people aren't showing up to support her because they think that she's MAGA. Thoughts, Shawn?
I just don't know the last thing that like Zendaya or Ruby Rose have performed in. Like, I really actually was trying to think back. Like, I just don't think that, I don't know. Look, we know the go woke, go broke has proven itself over and over again. And I think that Sydney Sweeney's response in the interview that she did was like very relatable, very level-headed. It wasn't, now the internet, of course, blew it out of proportion with the memes, but like the interview itself and the substance of the interview and how she responded was, I did an ad for jeans. Like, I'm not stating my political beliefs. I did an ad for jeans. So I don't know. This feels to me like a bunch of woke leftist Hollywood elitists that should probably be taking some advice from Jennifer Lawrence.
No, I could not agree more. And I'm so glad you brought this up, Zach. I just talked about this yesterday. I don't know what movies and shows Zendaya has really been in. Like, I never watched Euphoria. Zendaya, she's one of those girls who she does a bunch of things, but she's not excellent at one thing. You know what I'm saying? She's like a fashion girl, and then she's got a bunch of followers, and she does endorsements, and she does some movies. She's not this dramatic actress, right? She hasn't won an Oscar. She hasn't won an Academy Award. And I saw in the Daily Mail that Zendaya allegedly doesn't want to do press with Sydney Sweeney. She doesn't want to be connected to her because she allegedly has conservative values and has some MAGA family members. That's so close-minded. Who the hell are you, Zendaya? What this really is about is that Zendaya, created and was sort of the first person on Euphoria. It's her show. Euphoria is considered her show. Sydney Sweeney has really come out and become this huge star, making tens of millions of dollars. And she's sort of left Zendaya behind in the dust. She doesn't need Euphoria. Who cares about Euphoria? But also it's like, Sydney Sweeney, thank you for not backing down. Do not kowtow. Do not capitulate to the woke mob. We went through years, years of all of these woke advertisements. You can look up the Calvin Klein ad, where you had people who pretty much used their bodies as like science biology experiments, in advertisements for Calvin Klein. We had Dylan Mulvaney promoting Bud Light. We had all of this stuff, and capitalism said, you know what? We're tired of it. We're not going to have this anymore. And the free market took them out because all of these brands, they weren't doing sales. So thank you, Sydney Sweeney, for not capitulating to the mob. Stand your ground. I also think I'm tired of celebrities and politicians apologizing when they don't have to. Stop apologizing. You look weak. You look scared. Do not back down and give these people an inch. And Sydney Sweeney sat there like, no, I'm good. I didn't do anything wrong.
What these people do is they hurt their own feelings. Like, they get themselves worked up and they project their own whatever insecurities, warped mindset. They project that on other people and be like, you hurt my feelings, therefore you need to apologize. And Sydney Sweeney's like, I did a jeans ad. Like, it had nothing to do with you. Sorry, you were offended as a white person that you think that this was about, white supremacy when it was about jeans. It was literally like the whole play on words about like Sydney Sweeney has good jeans is not because Sydney Sweeney is white. It's because Sydney Sweeney is hot. Like, why aren't we saying that this is a mission about women with big tits? Like, maybe that was the message she was trying to send. Her big tits were her jeans, and those are the jeans that matter. Big tits matter.
But well, I think really quick though, like on this note though, the American Eagle CEO had he made a comment to the effect, a comment to the effect of like, his job is to the shareholders, and that ad did incredible for American Eagle, and the stock soared. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on that Link mentioned is apologizing to the mob. I think apologizing to the mob in these situations is the worst thing that you can do. And I think Target is actually a great example of this. Either way, whether you're apologizing to the mob on the left or on the right, apologizing, really what it does is it just pisses off the side that was defending you. So in this case, like, I think that the best thing that she can do is say, I made an ad for jeans, and American Eagle can continue to sell jeans. But apologizing to the mob has worked out for literally no one ever.
Well, I'll also say this, like, the same people who are wanting Sydney Sweeney to apologize, these like miserable feminists on the left who are alone at home writing on their blogs, they're the same ones that were cheering on the assassination attempt against Trump. They were cheering on Charlie Kirk's murder. We saw on Blue Sky the horrific things they were saying after Charlie Kirk's murder, which both sides should be condemning, but they did not. So why would we apologize to this mob that wants us dead, right? Why should conservatives apologize for doing fashion advertisements when y'all want to pick up guns and kill us? Sorry to be, very, dramatic this morning, but that's the truth of the matter. And I don't think we should have to apologize. I'm trying to use my words carefully. This is not my show. But I'm just saying, why would we apologize to people who don't even want us to exist?
Well, they're trying to cancel Nicki Minaj for her reposted TikTok. It was basically praising Trump. David, what did you think of Nicki Minaj?
Can I say something really quick about Sydney?
Yeah.
Let David speak. Sorry, David.
Well, I just wanted to say that, like, kind of piggybacking on what Shawn said a little bit, but like, we've made the mistake so much of like playing their game, and like they'll take offense to something, and then we think that like if our apology is good enough that they'll like forgive us. It's not that. Like, the whole point is to publicly shame you, and then they'll find something else to try to get you to apologize for. So that's what I tell everyone, the people I consult in politics and just people online, is like, don't give them an inch, because they're like sharks, and if they smell blood in the water, they're going to keep coming for you. Then it means that you're like a soft target, like that's ripe for the picking. So yeah, you can't play that game at all. And the fact that she was so like blankly emotionless about it, that was perfect, because you need to make them look frantic. You need to make them look like they're coming out of character, instead of us like placating this BS game that they make us play. Like, we just don't care anymore. We're not living in the same world even 5 or 10 years ago.
I'll also say something in terms of like PR and political consulting. I feel like we're in an era now, even with media and influencers, you don't have to try to please everyone. Like, it used to be you want to, please the left, the right, the middle to grow your audience and do all this. You actually just need a niche, strong following that respects you and knows that you're genuine and you keep it real 10 toes down. Like, that's what you need in this day and age. If that happens to be majority conservative, MAGA, Maha, great. If you're a liberal influencer, stick to that lane. That's all you need. But we're not in this era where it was 10 years ago, where it's like, you got to try to please everyone as a brand. Just pick a niche market even and go for that. But it's not even a niche market, because 77 million Americans voted for President Trump. So attacking Sydney Sweeney because she has MAGA relatives, oh my God, I'm so sorry half the country voted for this person. You know what I'm saying? Get over yourselves.
Well, we had Sydney, we had Nicki, and then we also had Cristiano Ronaldo, the soccer player, who came out and also praised President Trump for moving the needle in our country. And it seems like people are becoming more comfortable opening up and sharing their viewpoints, or at least not criticizing the president. And I just feel like, and that's what people want. Like, you can't even give the president a win. Like, even the hysterical, anti-Trumpers, or, Kathy Griffins with all their TDS, they can't even let a win be a win. Right. Even when the government was reopened, it was suddenly like, oh, look at, he made the Democrats bend the knee. He made them buckle. Like, every single thing that he does, a win or not a win. When he decided to help broker the peace deal with Gaza, they're like, well, but it's not official yet. Well, he brought home, the
hostages.
The hostages. And they're just like, yeah, but like Biden also brought home hostages. Like, they just gloss over any perceived win. Like, they wanted him to free Palestine, and then he freed Palestine, and then they're just like, okay, well, let's do another No King's March.
And you also discredit yourself as a journalist or an influencer when you don't give credit where credit is due, right? Like, there are Democrats on Capitol Hill who are working with Republicans to try to ban stock trading, for example. I support that. Shout out to the Democrats who are trying to do that and stop the insider trading. If you can't give a little bit of credit where credit is due, then this isn't the business for you, and you're nothing but a shill. It's like, yes, I am conservative. I identify with the Republican Party. I make no airs about that. But if a Democrat politician does something that I agree with, or if we had a Democratic president and he secured a major peace deal, I would say thank you. Peace on earth. Thank you so much.
That's called being principled in your issue. And it is hard nowadays with how many voices we have, and knowing that many of these people are saying things on the internet for clicks and for monetization, like being principled and saying, I support this issue, not necessarily whether you have an R or a D next to your name.
Yeah. I also think you guys, and can I say one thing, Zach, because I think your audience will appreciate this. And your audience, I know there are people on the left, the right, the center, Maha, to all types of people. I really do believe this country isn't even divided so much by Republican and Democrat. It's people who love this country and love our ideals, and this small but loud minority that wants to destroy us. Like, when I go out off the internet on X, there's so much vitriol and everyone's fighting and they're mad at the administration for this, mad at that. You go out and you just travel and you go to a diner and you hang out with people. I would say 80% of Americans are pretty much on the same page and get along. They are just tired of the buffoonery and the shenanigans and the corruption in DC. But online, it's like we're put into these polarized, boxes and segments, and we have to snipe at each other. It's like, actually, we're not that divided if you go out there and just talk to people. We want to be able to pay our bills and have food and water and a secure border. And most people want those things.
Exactly. Yep. Everyone doesn't realize they're more alike than not. Mm-hmm. We did get 2 new bits of breaking news, one regarding Diddy and one regarding Ariana Grande, who got attacked by a fan at the Wicked premiere. But Link, I know you have to run, so we're going to let you head out.
Okay. Can I say one thing? I'm so grateful you guys for having me. I have not met you guys in person, but we're friends on the internet now, and I absolutely love you. And I love that 4 guys can come together and talk openly about conservative issues, things that are going on. And we're also not victims. One thing about everybody on this, yes, and candles, really important topic. But I just want to say one last thing for the audience. It's like, we didn't touch on the gay marriage thing yet because of time. These people for months and years were like, Trump's going to take away gay marriage. Conservatives are going to take away gay marriage. None of us here bought into the hysteria. We're not perpetual victims like a lot of the gays on the far left. We live our lives. We want to pay our bills, and we're badasses. So I love you guys, and thank you for having me. And I hope we can all hang out in person soon.
Yes.
I love you all. Okay, bye.
Spot on with Link Lauren. Yeah. Thanks, Link.
Thanks, Link.
Guys, check out Spot On with Link Lauren. That's his podcast. He dives into a lot of the same issues that we talk about here on the podcast. I do want to talk to carry on that conversation about gay marriage, Ricky Martin, and then we'll get into the breaking news in just a sec. But really quickly, let's have another quick message from this week's sponsors. Fall already feels like a reset. Between back to school, busier routines, shorter days, finding time to cook can be tough. I get it. I feel it, right? That's why I love Factor. Their chef-prepped, dietitian-approved meals make it easy to stay on track and enjoy something comforting and delicious no matter how hectic the season gets. My fridge is fully stocked with Factor meals. They're delicious and they're convenient. I just pop it in the microwave and it's ready in minutes. They have lots of variety, different meals, choose from wider selections of weekly meal options, including premium seafood choices like salmon and shrimp at no extra cost. You can support your wellness goals, even enjoy more GLP-1 friendly meals and a new Mediterranean diet option, which is packed with protein and good for you healthy fats. Eat smart at factormeals.com/nofilter50off and use code nofilter50off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping for 1 year. That's code nofilter50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for a whole year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Listen, your friend who's experiencing full body betrayal in the bathroom does not want a beard oil kit, okay? Give them daily dignity and endless luxury they'll actually use with a Tushy bidet, okay? I just got my very first Tushy bidet. I have to say, first of all, it was super easy to set up, and it doesn't ruin my bathroom aesthetic, and I feel fresh, right? Inside and out. I just feel like when I come out of the bathroom, I feel like a brand new person. Tushy is the everyday luxury bidet that instantly transform your bathroom habits and bottom health for life. It's the perfect gift to indulge every personality on your list, okay? Tushy bidet is a daily techie luxury that's a refreshingly practical and easy to use. 99% of people who wash with Tushy Wave feel cleaner and fresher after going to the bathroom. Tushy Wave instantly modernizes your daily routine and bathroom with a super sleek seat plus 2 separate front and rear nozzles for the most complete clean, okay? You're gonna feel fresh. Remember, a-hole is only a naughty word if you wipe. For a limited time, our listeners get 10% off their first bidet order when you use code NOFILTER at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com and use the promo code NOFILTER. That's hellotushy.com, promo code NOFILTER. All right. Gay marriage or... Well, actually, quick update on Diddy. So it looks like he's got some additional time. He was expected to be released in May of 2028, and it looks like he got a little more time put on. He will now, I mean, it's only a month. It went from May to June, May 8th to June 4th, 2028. But it seems like he violated something within his I don't know, the prison rules, and so for that they bumped him back a month. I know he was caught drinking. I guess he was making like moonshine in the toilet or something.
I think he had a it had something to do with a phone call that he was not supposed to have been making was my understanding, but I could be wrong. But the photo of him that was released is like stunning. It looks nothing like him.
He looks I know, he looks insane with the white hair and the white beard.
He looks terrible. Like he is definitely not thriving.
Giving Uncle
It's
Ruckus.
definitely not a look. Yeah.
No.
I imagine that they don't, I've never been to prison. I pray, like that's one of my deepest fears. But from what I've heard, they don't treat you very well if you were an abusive person outside. So I can't imagine that he's thriving, but apparently he's like working at the church or the chapel in the prison is like his work assignment. So maybe hopefully he's getting closer to God and repenting for his sin, but he does not look good.
I mean, he does not look great at all, and I'm not surprised. I mean, 1 month is hardly a headline. I think his appearance is a bigger headline. But also this morning we got news that a fan, did you guys see this? A fan attacked Ariana Grande at the premiere of Wicked for Good in Singapore. So it's this guy right here. This is an Instagram story. His name is Pajama Man, PYJAMANMANN, Pajama Man with 2 N's. I guess
interesting looking creature.
And he says, I finally met Ariana Grande tonight, and there's a video going around of him. She's on the red carpet, and somehow he makes it past the velvet rope and ends up coming right at her. So you see him grab her, hold on to her, and then Cynthia Erivo like jumps in.
She was like, I'm not waiting for security. She's like, get off. Good for her.
Ariana said, where's my butch? Call my butch. Do you think they're bumping uglies? Do you think they're scissor sisters?
No.
You don't? I don't know. I've seen some pretty convincing videos.
This is all that I've said. I'm very impressed with her, how she jumped in there. Look at how quickly she jumps. She sees what's happening. She jumps in. Like, props to her.
Black
She's like,
Panther,
get off.
dude.
That honestly is like, no, like seriously, props. Like, because there are two. We have talked about, or I've talked about this before. Like in a scary situation, we talked about it around in Pennsylvania when the shot rang off around Trump. But like there are two different types of people in a scary situation. There's the people who like pause and then there's the people that jump in. Like, good for her and props to her for jumping in that way. That's impressive.
I mean, well, in comparison to Michelle Yeoh, I think that's how you pronounce her last name. She plays Madame Morrible in the film, and you see her. She's standing right next to Ariana. You can see her with her bob. And then as the guy's running, she sees him and she runs away. And then Cynthia Erivo charges in.
She said, not on today. No, that's
good
hilarious.
That is very scary. And I will say, like, I don't lead a very like public life. I wouldn't consider it like a public life, although the state of North Carolina does. But like, there are scary people in the world, and like we get, I get threats online. I'm sure that you guys have experienced that too, because there are crazy people in this world. But like that is scary, and I'm happy that she's okay and that it wasn't some deranged lunatic that. But it could have gone way worse. But wow, watching that video, that's the first time that I saw that video. Very impressive of Cynthia to dive in that way.
She got her girl. She's like, her spidey sense was tingling. She said, not on today.
Okay, Ricky Martin, he has come out. He's doing press for his new Apple TV show, Palm Royale. And he's saying that gay men are struggling in today's hostile climate. He said, we're having to go back into hiding. This is from LGBTQ Nation on Instagram. Gay pop star and actor Ricky Martin recently opened up about the challenges gay men face today, saying it feels like we've returned to a time decades in the past. And obviously, this is also coming off of the news that gay marriage is not being overturned. Obviously, that was a big headline that I feel like a lot of people that are more left leaning, that it was the hysterics that they were throwing out there that gay marriage was under attack and that Trump was going to come in and take away gay marriage and gays were going to get put in concentration camps. And here we are 1 year after the election. Do you feel like anything has, do you echo Ricky Martin's sentiment, David?
No. No. The funny thing is that, like, when this was first brought up years and years ago, that Trump and the MAGA Republicans might remove gay marriage, I probably only half jokingly, I was engaged to somebody I shouldn't have been engaged to at the time, and I'm like, please let them cancel it, that I don't have to break up with them. I'll be like, sorry, babe, it's not legal anymore. But yeah, it didn't happen, unfortunately. But yeah, no, that's a complete scare tactic. And it's funny because it still works somehow, even though like it's like talking about like, oh, Black people are gonna have to use separate water fountains. You know what I mean? Like, we're past this. That's like history. That's precedent. That's like the law of the land. So everyone can breathe, relax, unplug, unlock your cage. You know what I mean? Just breathe. Everyone's gonna be fine. You'll be able to marry the wrong guy in the US and be just as miserable as the straight people are. Like, you guys can chill. So no, I don't echo his sentiment, but he is so hot. And can I say, I love dumb hot guys. So he does it for me. He really does.
I think that he needs to relax and live la vida loca maybe and just chill, because he's like way too tense. But what I will say though is on the gay marriage thing, I mean, this is it. I have like exhausted all of my ability to like explain to people how Obergefell, which is the ruling for those of you that are listening that aren't familiar, Obergefell was the Supreme Court ruling that said that states can't deny gay couples the right to marry. Like, I have exhausted all resources and all abilities of explaining to these people like how Obergefell is never going to be overturned. It wasn't like Roe, but it's. I'm glad that we've finally gotten through this, because similar to every other issue that the Democrats use to fearmonger, and the right does it too with some things, but to fearmonger, like, now this is done. The Supreme Court has said, okay, the gays can be gay married, and if you don't like it, you don't have to get gay married. But Ricky Martin, in his comments, I think he does make there is some validity to the point, and that is that support for the LGBTQ plus and all of the other letters has declined in recent years. And I think that that's because there are factions of the broader LGBTQ plus, and mostly the plus, which are just the kinky straights, have been grouped together with the gays who want to assimilate and live our lives alone and then just be left alone. So I don't think that he needs to be running and hiding. And I think that it's a very over dramatic statement, but there is something to be said about in the last 5 years, a decline in support for the broader group.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I also think to clarify, this was never a Supreme Court thing that was being pushed forward. This was never a President Trump thing that was being pushed forward about, dismantling gay marriage. It was literally one woman, and I believe she was fighting an appeal, correct? And part of her appeal was to also remove the federal protection of gay marriage, correct?
Her argument was this. So if you're talking about Kim Davis, who was a clerk of the county and was responsible for issuing marriage certificates. When Obergefell was handed down, she held a religious belief that she believed that marriage was between a man and a woman, and she did not believe that she should have to issue marriage certificates to gay couples. I actually hold to that belief. Like I actually agree with her. People say she's crazy, and she is crazy. Like she's literally insane. She's a lunatic. And like, if you look into her, she's had umpteen marriages and umpteen children, none of whom came from any of the people who she was married to. She's crazy. But if you are a person that does deeply hold those religious beliefs, I don't think that you should have to issue a marriage certificate. You just also shouldn't be the clerk of the county that's responsible for issuing marriage certificates. So her push to the Supreme Court was, well, this is a violation of my religious liberty. I don't think that her attorneys approached it the right way. Like, legally speaking, like, I do think that there's a valid case to be made there, but asking for Obergefell to be overturned is not the answer. The answer is a religious exemption of some kind, which is actually eventually what ended up happening. Is the assistants in the clerk's office ended up being able to they were given the authority to sign the marriage certificates. So she violated their rights by denying them a marriage certificate or a marriage license, but there is a balance of rights there too. So yes, it was one single woman in one county in America who was saying this violates my rights. It wasn't really about, and she wasn't really fighting to overturn gay marriage. Her argument was more about whether or not she should have to issue the licenses. But of course, as is the case with anything, the narrative gets spun the way that it's going to be most beneficial.
Well, I mean, it's also like the cake. Remember that big story about like, should the baker make the gay cake? And my thing was always just like, no, the baker shouldn't be forced to make the gay cake. But also, why are the gays being so fucking dramatic that they can't go to another Susie Bakes? Like, why do they have to go?
Did you guys know that they went to multiple shops until they got rejected? So this was like a whole political ploy from the jump. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think with the whole Kim Davis and the marriage, the equality, whatever marriage thing, it as much to blame as like the left is for spreading this like BS, they were kind of able to, because there were some dipshit, Republicans who thought that this was like tangible and something that was real and something that was like the next step in like Republican politics and like the next purity test that we were all going to go through. And there is much to blame too. Y'all are idiots, especially during the time where, like, again, we have such a large such a big coalition, and then you ridiculous people wanted to making a pickaxe to this coalition that we've built in the messiest possible way, and then you're essentially just like shoveling ammunition to the other side, which is like, thank you, because here we are trying to dodge those bullets and then try to like explain things to people that this isn't actually under threat. But thanks for ginning everyone up to like hysterics.
And this is actually like this. Let me summarize this really, because I think this paints a picture. There's a very small, I'm going to say it's between 2 and 5% of people on the right who do genuinely want gay marriage to be overturned. They genuinely don't believe that the gays in the United States should be allowed to get married. Okay, but the other 95% literally could not care less. And so they don't talk about it. They don't speak about it. So you hear from 2 to 5% of people who are on the right who this is an issue that they're passionate about, and you don't hear anything. And that's why voices like ours are actually important, and why I screamed it from the rooftops during the election. And I actually stand by the statement, like, Trump is the gayest president, like the most pro-gay president that we probably have ever had. He's also the gayest president that we've ever had. Like, come on, it's Trump. And if you don't know this, like, everyone who's running all those social media accounts at the White House, they're all gay. They're cool. All of them are gay. They are running out. So it's, you hear from 5%, but the other 95% of Republicans are like, I don't freaking care. Let them do what they want.
And then the left is better at not advertising that as much. Like, sometimes their smallest minorities will be the loudest, and then they're, spread around. But like the most extreme parts of their faction, the party isn't putting that out as like what their whole platform is. Like there were certain parts of like the gender activists who said they were working at the UN thing saying that all kids should be put on hormones or puberty blockers because it's not conducive to future trans children to not be put on puberty blockers so that the kids can decide what their gender is later. Gays Against Groomers, I did a video for them about that. And then like a week later, they ended up changing that and removing her from that UN council. So if we had like a 1% to do with that, I'm so proud of that. And that's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But why are we like the Republicans suck so bad at optics? It infuriates me. Like why are we? It's like taking oh my gosh, what was that one like Baptist church from like the 2000s? Like they would like protest. They would protest like soldier funerals and stuff, and they were like the worst possible representation of Republicans, conservatives, or Christians, but they were on the news all the time. And the Westboro Baptist Church, Church. And it's like, the denomination was like 40 people. Why was that a national story at all? And like all of them were related to each other too. So it's like, we need to get better at playing optics, honestly, because it's embarrassing.
At this point, yeah, it's exhausting, but I mean, that's also part of like, now with social media, you have the loudest voices that go viral, and then the media is always looking for the next big headline. And that's just kind of the culture war that we're in right now, which is why I always try to tell people to like be discerning, do your own, research, like, and look at both sides. Like, I think people are also afraid. They're like, well, if I lean on this side or I lean on that side, I'm afraid to hear what the other side says. The argument that I hear from like my liberal friends is often like, I don't want to read propaganda. I don't want to see propaganda. I'm like, but what, even just because it's something that's different from what you currently believe, what makes it propaganda? Like, why don't you expose yourself to it and then hear both sides of the story? And then from there, try to decipher what's real, what's not real, and what could potentially be propaganda, because there is real propaganda out there.
It's this crazy thing that we used to do. I mean, it really does. Like nowadays, it's seems insane, but we used to like listen to two people and their opposing views, and then we would do this thing. It was called critical thinking, and then you would decide, which side you agreed with. But I would like to remind everyone, like, this is an argument. I'm so sick of the argument that the Democrats have been fighting for the gays and this, that, and the other, and they're the party. No, the Democrats are the party of ever increasing increments of voters, and they pretend. And if you don't think that Obama and Biden stood on stage and said marriage is between a man and a woman when they were running for election in 2008 and in 2012, before Obergefell was handed down in 2015, you have lost the plot, and you need to do more research. The Democrats were screaming that marriage was for straights only all the way up until the Supreme Court decided. So this was not, and there are still Democrats. Yes, Trump was the first, but there are still Democrats. Here's the other thing: there are still Democrats who oppose gay marriage, but they don't allow that to become a part. But when you poll them, there are still the Catholic base in the Democratic Party, the religious base in the Democratic Party, and they are entitled to hold those beliefs. It doesn't direct policy, though. And yes, Trump was the first president ever sworn into office openly supporting gay marriage, and he did throughout his campaign, and was the first to be sworn in openly supporting it.
Yeah. I mean, he's never done, he has weddings at Mar-a-Lago that we've seen. Like, he's got members of his cabinet that are gay. Like, the only thing he's been critical is some of the trans ideology. But for the most part, like, the whole issue of gay rights, like, I feel like we've come so far with that entire, argument again. Like, there are no gay rights that I see being threatened in this moment. And I don't think I'm being ignorant or keeping my head in the sand. I don't see that being a real issue.
No,
the fact that that's even used right now is crazy.
In fact, I stand by this. Like, he was the most pro-gay president in his first term that we have ever seen. He demanded he demanded the decriminalization of homosexuality across the globe, like through UN initiatives. Like, no, Obama didn't do that. No, Biden didn't do that when he was VP. No one else did. But Trump went to the UN and said that you need to all these countries where it's still illegal to be gay, you need to decriminalize this. He launched, I forget the name of the initiative, but the initiative to eradicate the transmission of HIV/AIDS in the United States by 2030. He made PrEP effectively free for anyone who wanted it. He's done more for the gay community than any other president, and I stand by that statement, and I can back it up with facts. And there is nothing that he has done aside from cutting. The one thing that they can point to is like, well, he cut funding for like global HIV/AIDS funding. But we cut funding for everything that was going outside of the country. We said that we were going to stop funding all of these random things in random countries. And no, like, we're not going to send condoms to Gaza anymore. And like, that's just a thing that we've decided, and he campaigned on and he ran on. But like, he's done more for the gay community. And the fact that they're able to twist it into a narrative of he's so anti-gay it really does show how easily people are swayed when they don't step back and listen to both sides. And that's to your point, Zach. Like, step back. It's not propaganda just because it's not what you believe. Other people's opinions aren't propaganda. Listen to both sides. Listen to the facts and form your own opinion. Critical thing.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts, David?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I feel like it's just annoying that this is still an issue, and they basically abandoned the gay cause when they went full bore on the TQ plus. So it's kind of ironic that they're pretending to care about gay people at all, considering the rise of the TQ plus has harmed gay people more than anything. So especially in the last 20 years. So yeah, it's ironic, it's silly. It's just them playing, identity politics, political coalitions. It's literally, it all changed after 2012. Obama decided to run on the Rainbow Coalition, and it was basically everybody who isn't white, straight, or Christian. And they've continued that strategy since 2012. And that's literally brought on the rise of Trump and brought on the rise of people that felt completely ignored by politics, by their leaders, and just by their country, feeling like, the basket of deplorables, as Hillary described. So, yeah, it's just more, looks like they lost this narrative as well. I mean, I will say, though, if Ricky Martin wants to get married, I'm totally down to, take half his money. So if you want to, Ricky, I'm totally single. 6'2", 160. Actually, yesterday I was 158.8. I haven't been this skinny since I was on fentanyl. I'm not on fentanyl this time.
You did not say that. You're skinnier than me right now.
Period.
And I'm shorter than you. Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you, Diva.
Living life. All right,
Living La Vida Loca.
Yeah. Slide into Ricky's DMs. Ricky Martin. All right. Thank you guys for coming on today. Shawn on the right, American David, give them a follow, show them some love, and I will be back on later this afternoon, and we're going to get into all of the Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni legal saga that has we got some new evidence, some new text messages, some new video footage from the set of It Ends With Us that Justin Baldoni is using to file his new motion for summary judgment, hoping the judge will just make a decision in this case now and effectively throw out her lawsuit, which would then put this entire legal saga, for the most part, to bed and save us from a trial come March 2026. As of right now, trial is still set for March, so we'll see what happens. But give Shawn a follow, give David a follow. They'll be back next week.
Give us a taste. Is Taylor Swift being brought into this?
Taylor Swift is not being brought into it. She has fought tooth and nail to not be brought into it. But the fact that she has not, so there are so many video clips, and this is why Baldoni's team was fighting so hard to bring Taylor into this, is because the entire press tour, Blake kept talking about, Taylor's been with me the entire way. She's been with me in the creative process. Her song is in it because, we wanted to make sure that it fit the tone of the movie. Like, she made it seem like Taylor was very intimately involved with the creative process and editing. And then now Blake's like, no, she had nothing to do with it. Leave her alone. and Taylor wants nothing to do with it, and Taylor has fought tooth and nail to not have to be deposed. She did not have to sit for a deposition. It's unlikely that we'll see her at trial, but other names that Blake Lively said that are willing to come forward and help her are Gigi Hadid. She said that the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Girls, America Ferrera, Amber Tamblyn, and Alexis Bledel will come in and support her. How any of these names are relevant to this movie, I don't know, but these are some of her other famous friends that we can potentially expect to
but we're not expecting a T Swift on the stand.
I think is the most telling. Like if Taylor Swift wants nothing to do with you, you're not a bridesmaid in her wedding, you weren't involved for the engagement, she's like completely cut you off. Like I think that says a lot.
Very interesting. Well, I'm excited to hear your updates.
All right, guys, give Shawn and David a follow. You did. It was canceled. I think I like my friends, which I don't think was about Blake.
No, I think it was broader. I think it was broader than that, but cloaked in Gucci and in scandal, which is how I like it.
That's going to be me all weekend. I'm like, do I want to go to Vegas and like have fun, or do I want to go and create chaos?
I'm so jealous you're going to BravoCon. I want to go next year.
The last time I was in Vegas, I left with 2 giant Gucci bags. That's the photo that you can check it out on my Twitter. It was a bad trip.
I'm worried that I'm gonna do something. I am so notorious for just like impulsively buying things I shouldn't be buying.
Yeah, that's me. Well,
all right, guys. I will talk to you next week. But for anyone listening or watching, be sure to subscribe, leave a nice Apple Podcast review, drop a comment, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and go give Shawn and David some love. Handles are in the description below, so go and give them a follow.
Thanks, yeah. Great episode.
Thanks, you guys. Thank you,
guys.
boys.
Bye.